Welcome back inside Ritter Arena here at the University of Minnesota. If you're just now tuning in, you missed a thriller as the Washington Pride pulled out a clutch 3-2 victory. It was one of the most dominant performances they had and took down the number 3 Northwood School. Handing them their 5th loss of the season, Washington picked up their 4th win. Washington scored 2 goals in the first period, including one with just 2 minutes to go. And we were tied back up entering the third, and it was a late goal that put them over the top. And so a very impressive outing, one of the most fun games to call from this weekend, just because it was such a fast-paced and exciting game. But we should have another good one on tap. It's Stanstead College versus the Pacific Steelers. Stanstead College 7-4-0, 2-0 on the weekend. Haven't let in a goal. First off, they went 8-0 against Roth St. Netherwood School, and then perhaps one of the most impressive wins of the weekend, shutting out Shattuck St. Mary's Prep. Now that Shattuck St. Mary's Prep is all around an impressive team. They have 5 girls committed to the Ohio State University, obviously the top program in women's college hockey right now. And so that invite team looked to be the best of the weekend. And so Stanstead did a remarkable job earlier this morning shutting them out. And we'll see how they're able to carry that momentum forward. On the other side, the Pacific Steelers, they had a pretty rough go. They had beaten the Washington Pride November 18th and hadn't gotten a win since. But eventually, they were able to pick up a 2-1 win against RNS earlier this morning. And so both teams fresh off a win, looking to end the tournament on a high note. For Stanstead College, that will be difficult to complete the 4-0 run because tomorrow they have Balmoral Hall. Of the JWHL teams, Balmoral Hall has probably been the most dominant. They started the weekend on Friday by beating in overtime the number 1 Naha Winterhawks. And they have truly looked like the team to beat. And so we are just minutes away from puck drop between Stanstead College and the Pacific Steelers. Let's take a look into the lineups. For Stanstead College, Maxim Tremblay has been the leader. 12 goals and 14 points. Led by her and her sister, Rosalie Tremblay. Tremblay is the team leader for assists. She's got 6. And every single one of those was to her sister Maxim. And so a fun connection there. Of course, Jolianne Tremblay also between the pipes for that team. On the other side, for the Pacific Steelers, leading with 18 points is Caitlin Tong. She had a very impressive evening in the Pacific Steelers 3-2 loss to Mount Academy. And she looked good as well when they beat RNS this morning. She had the third period goal that set them ahead 2-1. And they never lost the lead after that. Set them 2-0. And so it should be a good one. We are just about underway for the last matchup of Day 2 here at the University of Minnesota. And so in net, it'll be Jolianne Tremblay for Stanstead. On the other side, Kennedy Lonson. Lonson was the goalkeeper earlier this weekend, and she picked up that win for the Pacific Steelers. On the other side, Tremblay 6-6, 6 games, 3-3. And the only game that she played was that shutout win against Shattuck St. Mary Prep. And so the ref settling things down after nobody was quite ready to go, and so the loud benches marking the puck drop and starting off strong, the Pacific Steelers taking it into the zone. Stanstead gains possession and eventually works it out of their zone. Shot early, but whiffs on that, and so it'll be covered up by Kennedy Lonson. Tangled up along the boards and bringing out and scoring nice and early, Alexia Oben. She gets her 3rd goal of the season and Stanstead off to a hot start. Alexa Oben just 39 seconds into the game. And so Stanstead takes the early lead. Alexa Oben had 7 points back in the Labor Day tournament. And Alexia, and she's looking to get back to that level. She represented Team Canada twice at the U18 level, winning 2 golds. And she's a serious national team prospect. As now that puck loose out in front, and the Steelers will come away with it. That one ends up behind the net as the Steelers put on some fresh legs. And they're able to hold the zone for a moment. Stanstead gets it back. Pass way up ahead. It was looking for Berta Moseley, but it'll be sent the other way for icing. Face off won by Stanstead. And fast play right off the bat, getting that shot, and it's frozen. Likely the quickest working team that I have covered so far this tournament. It's a very old team led by several seniors on that front line. Recovering the puck in her own defensive zone. That was Penelope Lavoie. But eventually they lose it to the Steelers. Steelers shot from the point, and it's blocked. Working up, shooting, and getting the rebound was Maxim Tremblay. And Stanstead bringing it back into the zone. Tremblay fighting through traffic, unable to get much of a shot off. It's Isa McPhee sending it back around Tremblay. Charlotte Lebreche will bring it all the way around. Tried to find Tremblay. Tremblay eventually catches up to it and works it around. Tremblay, the Colgate commit. And she's been the go-to for the team this year. As a turnover and sent off the pipe. Great chance for Charlotte Lebreche. She has found incredible scoring success the last 2 years. 15 goals on 21 games last year. 31 goals on 23 games back in 2021 to 22. So far this year, she has yet to find her first goal. Charlie Pamplon in the circle and wins it for Stanstead. Able to get the hold and working back up top, gives it over to Lavoie. And right in front, Mazzoli had it. But instead it's Brossard working up with speed. Brossard trying to take it on her own, gets the shot off, and it's held. It looks like, not sure exactly when this happened, but Sarah Sevikova came in to relieve Tremblay. Moseley working it up on her own and loses it in this swarm of Steelers. Steelers still not able to clear the zone though. Working it along that side. And finally able to get it into the neutral zone. Not enough though for any fresh legs, as that icing will help him out and send things back to the other end. So once again, Sevikova in net for Stanstead. And the Spartans, good pass up ahead. It's Alexia Oben who was there, but couldn't quite connect cleanly with her. Bouchard back to Oben. Oben tried for the centering pass. She was looking for Rosalie Bouchard, but the Spartans will maintain the puck in the zone and send it around back to Bouchard. Florence Blanchette trying to make a nice aggressive play, but it got behind her. Thankfully, no damage done by the Steelers as she was recovering back. And the Spartans were looking to carry it up, eventually able to enter the zone. And it's Oben fighting for it along the boards, and eventually a nice play to drop it back. That pass coming around, shot off the blocker. And another shot into the mitt, and that one will be frozen. 14:40 to go here in period one. After the goal, just 39 seconds into the period from Alexa Oben. Spartans setting up. Trying to work low, but good pressure. Bridget Pringle has it now. That one's tipped over the net. Dangerous area. But the Steelers able to keep it out as they eventually able to clear the zone. Spartans, Emma McIntyre entering with speed, but gets tripped up along the way. Instead, it'll be Isa McPhee looking to recover it. and gets that pass off the stick of, I wasn't sure who, but off the stick of somebody on the Steelers. And eventually that close call covered up by Kennedy Lonson. Shot right off the draw from Tremblay. It's a good, clean look, but able to see that one and bring it in through traffic was Kennedy Lonson. That pass too far out front of Jada Sadler, and it'll be the Spartans working it from behind their own net, working up quickly, icing it if it doesn't get tipped on the way, and so it'll go all the way back. And the Spartans have looked really solid early on, playing physical, playing with speed. But Stanstead, Pacific has so far been able to stick with them. We'll see how that goes as time goes on. Sadler dumps that one in behind the opposing net. Has a good stick check. Leads the Steelers back in, but turnover, and so the Spartans quickly working up, but they're offsides. And it looks like Tremblay got a little tripped up on the line. Maxim Tremblay, one of the hottest prospects in girls hockey, but she's only been playing for 6 years. She actually got into it when her younger sister, Rosalie, began playing, so she grew up around it. Of course, their father, Yannick Tremblay, played 20 years of hockey, including 9 years in the NHL for Toronto, Atlanta, and Vancouver. So that family running deep, and really the core of this Spartan team as they're working it out of their own zone and up into the neutral zone. That's Pion. Looks for the pass, not able to connect with Victoria Borg. That one ice. So 12:05 to go as we're headed back to Pacific zone. For Stanstead, head coach is Bernie Pym. Had a daughter who played at Lindenwood. First year at the helm of the program was 2019. Also holds a master's in educational leadership from Gonzaga. And done a great job with this Stanstead program. Of course, starting the tournament in third place, but some of the best hockey they've played has been in these last couple of games. Shooting and going off the post was Bouchard. Looks like a couple of players were waiting for that tripping call, but it was clean, just a big hit. And now Stella Hung will send that one off the board and step off for a sub. A little dangerous play by the Stanstead goalie, Sevkakova. And working in now for Stanstead, not able to settle it on the stick of Alexia Oben. Oben still fighting for it, and eventually she will try to get it back. Mazzoli's pass to her skips all the way to Sohi. And the Steelers able to gain possession for a bit in their own zone. But turn it over in the neutral zone, and it's the Spartans looking to bring it back up. Spartans just barely offsides, and so we'll start anew in the neutral zone. 10:37 to go here in the first. Final matchup of day 2, the JWHL at the University of Minnesota. Face off one cleanly And McPhee goes back to peon. Zone couldn't be held by the Spartans, but they've still got possession and now working through the neutral zone. Entering the zone, that was McPhee. She's still got it. Skates off a few defenders and brings it back up. Working along the side, that was Bridget Pringle. And Tremblay goes for the far pass. I think she was going for Cormier, not 100% sure. But now it's tangled up along that board. And so playing it behind the Spartans' net, they will bring it out and pursue with that heavy check in the neutral zone. As they're able to stay on sides narrowly, Lebrecht has it tangled up in the boards. And Lebrecht has it poked away from her, able to recover almost, but a good defensive job from Melissa Parton. And a good little give and go, working in and trying the backhand. That was Rosalie Tremblay looking to get on the board herself. Now her sister Maxim has it behind the net. Maxim and it gets sent back up. Some aggressive play with Charlotte Lebrecht. And looking for somewhere to go is Maxim Tremblay. Tremblay goes to Lebrecht. Centering pass, shooting and scoring. Off the centering pass, it was Berta Mazzolai getting her third goal of the year. And my apologies, it looks like that was from Maxim Tremblay. And so that's her 10th goal of the year, assisted by Emma McIntyre. Not sure if that one got tipped along the way, or perhaps I just missaw that, but Maxim Tremblay gets the second goal for the Spartans here with about 8 minutes to go in the first period. Spartans working fast, trying to gain that third goal. They've been dominant in the offensive zone. Finally able to clear it are the Steelers. That'll go all the way back down. It'll be Victoria Balasescu who brings that one out. Turned over in the neutral zone. Obermeyer played a part in getting that back up, but turned right back over to the Steelers. As getting just enough of that one to keep it in the zone was Bouchard. Working around and getting the assist. Oben got the assist. And then a great job finishing the play. Not entirely sure if it went in straight off Oben. No, it looks like she did get it off. To Rosalie Bouchard. Apologies for the delay in some of these names. The rosters have changed around a little bit in the last couple of days, so we're still getting that all sorted out. But it's Rosalie Bouchard off the assist from Alexia Oben and Isa McPhee. And so Stanstead leading 3-0 with 6:45 to go in the first. Working up the neutral zone, it's Hyun, but she'll be offside. So, again, off to a really hot start are the Stanstead Spartans. Those 3 goals, once again, coming from Aubin, Tremblay, and Bouchard. Maxim Tremblay, I should clarify. And Dana Birch, the head coach of the Pacific Steelers, is going to have some game planning to do before we enter the second period. Still 5:53 to go in this first. And after that icing, we will head all the way back. Maxim Tremblay working it up. And she was looking for LaBreche, but got tangled up. And instead, it's the Spartans back in their own zone. Pass through the slot. Dangerous spot. Freer. No, that was Along got to it. But the Spartans still able to exit the zone. Pass out in front of Tremblay. And the way she plays, you can just see that she is on a different level. It's apparent in everything she does. And you can see why she is the leader of this team, headed to Colgate next year. A couple other commits on the team. Alexa Oben is also headed to Colgate University. And Jamie Arsenault headed to the U Sports UNB Reds. And eventually coming away with it in the defensive zone. Pion working it up. That pass just a little too far in front, but some good skating from Tremblay. She'll shoot, but a good save. And that one will get frozen up. Tremblay crashing with some speed into the board, but she's okay. Just a little frustrated at how good a chance she had. You know, one thing that I certainly will note is if you're watching through much of the earlier games, both today and yesterday, the net posts were coming out of their spots almost every possession. And that has gotten a lot better. Not sure exactly what changes were made, but much appreciation to all those working on the ice to make this tournament work, resurfacing it, obviously between games and after those second periods. And it's such a great facility to have for this tournament. The Steelers slowly trying to work it out of their own zone. Bank has it, but she's tangled up along the boards. Hong in the same position with Bank. The two have been pushed up on the boards together quite a lot this weekend. Two of the most physical players on this team. And it'll be Hong who's just going to push that one back, icing, but get the change anyway. Spartans winning the faceoff in their offensive zone and trying to work around is Isa McPhee, the junior defenseman. And a good centering pass on the backhand just off the side of the net is Alexa Oben. But putting some good pressure, Rosalie Bouchard. As that one gets sent all the way back to the far point. And back down near the net. Obermeyer is tangled up. She's the Spartan, comes away with it. And eventually taking it to the point, and that shot will wrap around the net after getting tipped. Spartans able to hold the zone. That one was Isa McPhee, and eventually it gets sent all the way down for an icing. 2:38 to go here in the first. It has been all Stanstead. But the Pacific Steelers, even if the score doesn't reflect it, they've done a good job sticking with Stanstead, just got a couple of tough breaks. And so if they're able to keep the same energy going through the game, it's certainly still anybody's. Looking for a centering pass was Pion. And up near the net, Pion off the blocker. And trying to get the quick shot off was Emma McIntyre, unable to. And this one will be sent down past the red line, working behind the net. Pion spins around, loses her defender. And a good takedown there. Trying to work past her was Victoria Borg, and she's just unable to move out of the zone. And so we'll get a whistle here for offsides, neutral zone faceoff. 2 minutes, 3 seconds in the first. For the Steelers, it's Joanna Zhu. But the Spartans come away with it. Good job turning that one over from Along, but not quite able to stick with it. And entering the zone with speed is Emma McIntyre. McIntyre seemed like she was looking back for Rosalie Tremblay. Either her or Isa McPhee. In any case, it gets all the way back down, and the Spartans stay with the puck, but will have to work out of their own zone. Rosalie Tremblay working up with speed. No offsides. Her sister Maxim Tremblay just gets tangled up, and really nowhere for her to go. We're at 1:23 to go in the period. As a reminder, we'll have a short intermission, just a little over a minute. And then we'll have a longer intermission where they'll resurface the ice after the second period. Tremblay. Maxim. Looking around and drops it back to her sister, Rosalie. Not quite able to connect, but hit around enough that the Spartans are able to maintain the zone. Rosalie Tremblay fighting for it. And a great hold by McPhee. That one will just get a little too far out and fighting to keep it in and ultimately dropping back out of the zone. That was Rosalie Tremblay. Into the offensive zone for the Spartans, working behind around the back was Moseley. And the spin around shot deflection couldn't quite find the net for Tremblay. As they will have to regroup. Good chance here for Rosalie Tremblay. Gets the pass off. And the backhand move from her sister, Maxim Tremblay. The seventh assist for Rosalie Tremblay. And once again, all 7 to her sister. It is that family at the heart of this Stanstead program. They've been doing it all year long. And Maxim Tremblay gets her second goal of the evening. And so 7 seconds to go in the first. And Stanstead will walk away with a 4-0 lead. And it doesn't get much more dominant than that. One of the hottest teams in the JWHL against the Pacific Steelers team that came into the game heating up, playing a bit better hockey, but they've got a big deficit to work back from. We'll be back in just a minute with the second period. Well, we're back for period two. Period one was all Spartans. Stanstead going up to a 4-0 lead. The Tremblay sisters getting one in together. And Maxon had another goal as well. Two of those for her. The other goals scored by Rosalie Bouchard and Alexia Oben. On the right, you've got the Pacific Steelers in the red base jerseys. And in the white base on the left is Stanstead, the Spartans. Well, that delayed penalty called as just starting to make her way over to the net was Sevstikova. And it'll be Cassidy Bank who's headed to the box. Power play for the Spartans. We'll see how long that lasts with how dominant they've been. And it almost ended right there. Tremblay got a good shot, but just barely stopped by Kennedy Lonson. And so roughing was the call on Bank. And the Spartans with a minute 40 of a power play. Maxim Tremblay working up the side. Dropping it back. And getting the shot off in that corner was Rosalie Tremblay fighting for the boards. Eventually coming away with it is Alexia Oben. And that one will get frozen. So killed off 49 seconds of the penalty so far. And it'll be 9 new skaters on the ice. Full changes for both teams. as Bridget Pringle will win the faceoff for the Spartans. Back to Pringle. All the way across to McIntyre. McPhee back to Pringle. Pringle with the shot. And it's loose in the crease. Pringle tries to poke that one in. And now McPhee. And it comes back up to McIntyre. McIntyre with the shot, frozen. And so a bit more pressure in that section of the power play. And once again, they'll go off for a full change. Shot sent a little far to the right from Rosalie Tremblay. And she'll get back and hold the zone. Working around. And getting the shot off was Penelope Lavoie. Back to Penelope, slap shot. And the tip almost found its way from Oben, but sent just a little bit high. Maxim Tremblay. And a couple good chances there, but unable to get anything. It'll be back to Rosalie. And Penelope Lavoie. All the way back to Rosalie, just 2 seconds left on the power play. And a great kill from the Steelers. Given how the first period went, incredible that they were able to keep up on the kill. It's Bank now taking it in, tries to work around. It looks like that was Charlie Pampelon that she was working around. And now the Spartans threatening to score again. Bank gets it, but her pass is just a little off target. And after a scramble for it, the Steelers come up with the puck in their own zone. Spartans resetting. And trying to work the puck out of their own zone. A little bit of pressure put on from Allie Lawler. And it will reach out of the zone. No icing as that one was tipped. And 3 Spartans on the puck. Eventually, Lalo will be able to get it out of the zone. And the Steelers clear it once more. Spartans resetting. Working up the boards, that was Florence Blanchette. And it ends up once again in the neutral zone. Spartans had to touch up there. Not clear whether or not they realized it or whether they just got a bit lucky with how that fell down. And eventually working it up was Oben. And the ref gets taken down against the board as Oben fought for it along the board. And some chaos ensuing, but finally settled down by the Steelers as Maddie Ray will look to slow things down. Hard to do with the aggressive forecheck of the Spartans as they re-enter the zone. And working through traffic, that was Rosalie Tremblay getting tripped up. But Spartans still have it in the zone. Shot that had a brief rebound, but no dice for the Spartans. Another shot from Rosalie Tremblay will be far high on the one time. And just barely not able to stay on sides. That was Maylee Payan. Well, we've got 14:38 to go in the second. As a reminder, the first goal came just 39 seconds into the game. And so a much tighter second period already as Maxim Tremblay working on her own. tries to get the pass off, and a backhander sent wide from Rosalie. Maxim, nobody there to tip that towards the net. And so trying to maintain possession and eventually getting the hold is McPhee. McPhee sends that one wide. Rosalie catches up to it and works that in. Gets the shot off, but too many sticks in the way as getting tripped up behind the net. Looks like that was Charlotte Lebrecht. Lebrecht tangled up in the boards. Rosalie Tremblay able to free her up a bit. And the far pass all the way to Maxim Tremblay will be sent wide. Trying to turn around. Rosalie Tremblay looking for the shot, but just couldn't get where she wanted to. Too much in her skates from Maxim Tremblay. Shot from the point is stopped short as Tremblay working up, and that will be a penalty. It looks like that is going on Charlotte Lebrecht. I believe that was another roughing call. We'll get that confirmed in just a minute. In any case, Lebrecht to the box. And so it'll be the first power play for the Steelers. And we'll see what this unit can accomplish. And yes, that was just confirmed roughing. Maddie Rye passing it off. Balasescu couldn't get much with it. Rye trying to get to the board to hold it and just barely able to do so. Some good pressure from the Spartans, and the Spartans able to get it out of the zone. We'll see how they decide to play this. Looks like they're going to go for the rush and just skipping over the side of the goal. That one was from Blanchette. Steelers trying to re-enter, but that pass too far out front from Moseley, and it'll get sent all the way down the other way. Rosalie Tremblay from behind her own net trying to start something. Excuse me, not Tremblay, that was Gaia Freer. Just gets past the stick of Bank as she eventually works it into the zone. 45 seconds left on the power play, and with how dominant Stanstead has been, certainly doesn't look too much like a power play for Pacific. And a great move that just wasn't quite finished from Rosalie Bouchard. And getting it behind her own net is going to be Freer. And after a fight along the boards, just 15 seconds to go, as the Steelers still just trying to come up with it in their own zone. Eventually taken down was Alexia Oben, just in time for the power play to clear. And so the Steelers working ahead, getting a shot off, sent wide. Downwards from McKay. And the Spartans looking to increase their lead with just under 11 to go in the second period. Backhand move will just get frozen. It's a nice chance for Hannah Obermeier, but just not quite enough space to make that work. Obermeier, one of the Spartans with quite a fun story. She's been playing in 4 different countries throughout the past couple of years, gone back and forth. Originally from Austria, and traveling the world to play hockey. She's got 1 goal, 2 assists on the year, entering the weekend. As Rosalie Tremblay finds herself tangled up in the middle until the Steelers eventually able to get the clear out to Lavoie. poked off the stick of Maxime Tremblay, and she loses it once again. As the Steelers entering the neutral zone, Tremblay, aggressive back check. So that one's batted out of the air by Sadler, but it'll give it right back to the Spartans. Working up ahead, Maxime Tremblay got a 3-on-1. Tremblay over to Rosalie, and her shot will go wide, trying for one the other way. And another shot off the crossbar from Florence Blanchette. Maxime Tremblay gets it into the zone and then steps off for a change. And that will get just past a couple of defenders, no icing, and so Spartans will reset. McPhee has it behind her own net. Another slap shot sent wide for Blanchette as McPhee retreats to grab that one. Tips it up. Nobody home, but able eventually to find Bridget Pringle. Pringle working in, getting the shot off, covered up, and let up a rebound for a moment, but quick to cover it up was Kennedy Lonson. Spartans win the draw, trying to work it low along the boards, and a scoring chance here. The one-timer, they've tried that quite a lot this weekend, hasn't worked out just yet. As they'll reset back around the net, and the Steelers able to escape the zone. But that one will get all the way down, so we're headed back to the Steelers' defensive zone. 8 minutes 15 to go in the second period. Draw won by the Steelers, and finally able to clear the zone after almost getting to. Bank dips in off the boards, but a good stick by McIntyre. Now Bank able to re-enter. Bank on her own. Well, tried to get the shot off, but not much there, and no teammates to go to for help. The shot from Stella Hong will be held. And so 7:47 to go. Steelers still searching for their first opportunity. Rosalie Tremblay and Cassidy Bank in the circle. Tremblay wins it. And McPhee forwards it along the side and just past the outstretched stick of Rosalie Tremblay. Bank working the other way and gets taken down, taking two with her on the way. And she looks like she went down hard. And so able to get back up on her own, but having some trouble. Unclear exactly how she got hit. Not sure if it was the collision with the ice or with the two Spartans right there. But she is in a lot of pain. And one of the standouts of this Pacific roster. And so we hope to see her back on the ice soon. And above anything else, just hoping that she's okay. Certainly a good sign that she was able to get back up all on her own. In the meantime, the Spartans will have to retreat back to get it behind their own net. Sloppy pass, and Maddie Rye will bring that back to Lawler. As the Spartans crossing the red line into the offensive zone, Moseley looking for the shot, but it's blocked. Some good defense by Freer, and she'll send it around. Steelers eventually able to clear the zone, but a bit of a 1-on-3 going, and so Lawler will just settle for hitting that one off the skate and hopping off to the bench right now. It was Balasescu who got that one over and up, no icing, and looks like the Steelers will try for a change, but working in with speed was Alexia Oben. That'll be offside, so the Steelers will get some fresh legs on the ice. Skating with this Stanstead squad, a tough challenge. Some of the best skaters that we've seen all weekend, and just overall the crispest play. Still a 0-0 second period so far, after Stanstead took the Steelers by storm in the first. They've still looked dominant in the second, but nothing has quite fallen as the Steelers clear the zone. Spartans will almost ice that one, but it starts rolling just enough. And trying to work up with speed was Parton. Streaking up along that near side, looking for the pass. It was Caitlin Tong who was looking for the pass, but instead a shot opportunity for Melissa Parton. My apologies. That was Moseley who was looking ahead for it, and it was Arsenault who got the shot off. Shot sent wide from Bridget Pingle. Steelers getting 4 new skaters on the ice as the Spartans work into the zone. And a good opportunity there on the backhand, but no dice. As Spartans have to reset. Heavy pressure from Stella Hong. But in the end, the Spartans able to enter the zone. That'll be just barely offsides by Rosalie Tremblay. And know that'll actually be a penalty going against Freer of the Steelers. I was focused on the near side play, and so we'll see what that one is called. In any case, the Spartans back on the power play. Unsuccessful on their first. We'll see how the kill goes for the Steelers this time around. And so it was a slash off the puck that sent Freer to the box. High on with the shot, tipped up, and that'll get caught in the netting. Good job blocking that one from Sydney McKay. And we'll have a face-off with 1:36 to go in the penalty. 3:42 left in the period. Spartans with a clean face-off win. Rosalie Tremblay gets it back from her sister. Back to Maxim Tremblay. All the way across, but Tremblay wasn't quite there. That was actually Alexa Oben on the near side who had it. And the slap shot just off the side. Lavoie wanted that one. It was definitely a nice shot, just a little off target. And a pass all the way across to Rosalie Tremblay. She'll get caught up in with Sydney McKay. And it's Maxim Tremblay finding Oben. Oben trying to work the sleek backhand to Rosalie Tremblay, coming back around the net now. And just able to hold the line. That was Peon. Not quite able to get the hold there, Lavoie. And so just 20 seconds to go on the power play. As this kill unit has been great for the Steelers. Entering the zone now, Overmare working around and will come back up to the point. Seconds ticking away as able to squeeze it between the knee pads was Kennedy Lonson. That will be enough to finish the penalty. Expired just before that puck was frozen. And so we've got 2 minutes, 4 seconds left. Still a Spartan-dominated period, but no scoring. A great job by Kennedy Lonson to prevent things from getting even further out of hand. McPhee narrowly evades a dangerous situation with Cassidy Bank, and instead getting a shot off was Bridget Pringle. Tangled up in the near boards. And the Steelers come away with it. It was Hong and Bank. And Bank fighting for it now. Again, she's been the leader, one of the leaders of this team, and it's good to see that she's back out on the ice after she had that hard collision earlier and looks pretty shaken up coming back to the bench. And just a minute now to go in the second period. Spartans still looking to add one more tally, as that shot from the point will sail wide. Goes off the stick of Penelope Lavoie. And Blanchette will take it up. Blanchette entering the zone, just barely on sides, and will shoot that one right into Balasescu. .28 to go in the second period, as just losing it behind the line was Charlotte Hughes. Templon unable to get the shot off in that, and so they'll reset back to the point and send it over along to Blanchette. Bank narrowly able to clear the zone, but that'll do it for the second period. So after a 4-0 first period for the Stanstead Spartans, a 0-0 second period. I don't think that's what any of us were expecting with how the Spartans looks, with how dominant the Spartans look. But Stanstead able to stick with them. We'll see if they're able to keep up that momentum and get on the board themselves in the third. We'll be back after this full intermission. Welcome back in for period 3. After blowout period 1 for the Stanstead Spartans, where they went up 4-0, a scoreless second. The Pacific Steelers on your left in the red base uniforms, and on your right in the white base are the Spartans. Spartans try for the centering pass. Instead, it'll be Cassidy Bank working it up. Bank had a bit of an injury earlier, a very tough collision right about the far left circle. But thankfully she came back not too long after. And so we'll see if the Spartans are able to break out of this drought. Excuse me, if the Steelers are able to break out of the drought. Working with speed up ahead are the Spartans. Had a 3-on-1, but it was too far out to the side. Couldn't get it towards that center lane. Holding the zone. Spartans will send it around the back, and eventually it'll fall onto the stick of Pringle. Pringle gets it back from Payan. And Payan will have to retreat to settle this one. And the Spartans will reset, getting 3 fresh skaters. And working into the zone is Maxim Tremblay working on her own, gets the shot off, sent just a little bit wide. What a good chance for Tremblay. Rosalie entering the zone on her own, looks for her sister, trying to get that 7th sister-to-sister assist. As meanwhile, that shot soft from Kennedy Lonson. In net for the Spartans is still Sarah Sevstikova. It had started out as Julianne Tremblay, but Sevstikova took over pretty early on. Tremblay with a slap shot right after, squeezed between the legs of Kennedy Lonson. And just a few seconds later, they'll start with another face-off. And that shot from Blanchette is stopped once again. Florence Blanchette has been a part of many of the big plays of today's game. She just had 2 assists on the year, both coming October 15th, entering the weekend, excuse me. But she's certainly been a power, as there you go, the 5th goal from Charlotte Lebreche. As she'll get that off the rebound and put the Spartans up 5-0. And so the first goal since 15 seconds left in the first period, it'll come from Charlotte Lebreche, assisted by Rosalie Tremblay. So Rosalie getting her first assist to a non-Tremblay. Charlotte Lebreche, 16:55 left in the period. Working behind the net, but the Steelers able to get that one at least for a moment, turn it back over, and the Spartans looking to strike. Tip, and a couple of good chances there close into the net for Berta Mozzoli. McPhee will have to retreat to get that one as the icing was waved off. Spartans working a bit slowly in their own zone. Turn that one over, and they'll start once again. Bank playing a very aggressive game, gets that centering pass, but it just slips under the stick of Jada Sadler. Bank second on the team with 11 points. Ties for the lead with 8 assists. She has been, in many ways, the cornerstone of the team just with how physical she plays. She's the first to so many pucks. She's the first into a battle on the boards. And you really can't say enough good things about what she's done this weekend for the Steelers. Headed the other way, though. Oben looking for a second of the day, and that backhand just barely stopped by Kennedy Lonson. Maddie Ray trying to bring it out. Instead, the between the legs pass and having a little fun there was Oben. And that one blown icing, 14. Looks like we've got a stray clock. As we are still counting down. It's 13:50 on the clock now. It started with about 14:05. But they'll let it run. And so that was McPhee with the shot that just straight past the side of the net. And the Spartans able to hold his own for a moment. Can they keep it in? No, they will have to retreat. Up 5-0 with just under 13 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. That pass got a big bounce, but not able to do anything with the rebound, and so it'll be McPhee once again starting things from her own zone. Working up quickly. That was Mazzoli who was calling for the puck, but gets trapped along those far boards. That was Vicky Bohr getting tied up. As now the puck sent back into the neutral zone. Rosalie Tremblay goes for the pass, and it's just a little too far out front for Maxim as taking a hard fall. Couldn't quite see who that was. Looks like Charlotte Lebreche. As she'll get off the ice, still in some pain. Rosalie Tremblay picking up the loose puck, working through on her own open lane, and she looks like no goal. Just narrowly hit the inside of the post and bounced back. Delayed penalty, so 6 attackers. Well, it looks like they actually only had 5 on the ice. A miscommunication as they had pulled their goalie but didn't put anybody out to replace her. And so a bit of a missed opportunity on that delayed penalty. In any case, they will be headed to the power play as the clock continues to run. That shot saved and frozen.
well.
And so
Maybe
that shot will sail into the netting. And I'm not clear on the exact ruling here, but with some certain scoring threshold, the clock will keep running through icing, through offsides. And so 10:30 to go, and aside from penalties and goals, that will pretty quickly take us down to the end, unless if the Steelers are able to strike back. Right now, it's been pretty dominant for the Spartans through the day. And that centering pass not able to connect with Rosalie Bouchard. McPhee over and calling for it. McIntyre wanted to try a one-timer of her own. Instead, it's McPhee going back to the side, shot, and unable to tip that one in was Obermeyer. Slowly working in is Aubin. Aubin takes the shot, gets tipped right off the bat, and sails over the net. Still getting the rebound are the Spartans. Some very prolonged goal time, offensive zone time on the power play. They've been in it, I think, the entire power play, but just a couple seconds to go. And McPhee hands it off to Rosalie Tremblay as time expires, and the Steelers are back at full strength after a couple players were tied up there for quite a bit. That one will get sent the whole distance, and it'll go back the other way. Still a rolling clock. We're inside 9 minutes to go. And the Spartans still show no sign of slowing down. They've been so aggressive on the forecheck, and they've been able to keep zone time throughout the whole game. That shot, dangerous rebound, tipped just to the side. And the Spartans, even off the power play, still maintaining the zone for a while. Of course, as they say it, they lose that. And re-entering the zone is Cormer. She will shoot that right into the mitt, and Kennedy Lonson will cover that one up. Spartans tangled up along the near boards. In the center of it is Maxime Tremblay. McPhee pass down low to Tremblay, and she will give it back to McPhee. McPhee looking, tries for the one-timer to Rosalie Tremblay, but enough sticks in the way of that shot. Rosalie has it out front, but it gets off the edge of her blade. And Tremblay will do some work to keep it in the zone. A nice toe drag, gets it off to McPhee. McPhee with the shot off the chest of Kennedy Lonson. Taking it up the side is Maxime Tremblay, 1-on-2. And it'll go right into the blade of Paige Brossard. That pass too far out front for Hong, and instead it'll be the Spartans regrouping in their own zone. 6:12 to go in the period. And unless if a miracle happens for the Steelers, that should be the game. Bank again working hard on the boards. A big hit that actually pushed. Trying to get a read on who that was. I think it was Maylee Pion. Pushed her all the way into the Steelers bench. If you're putting together a highlight pack for the game, that's got to be one of them. A huge hit from Bank. And something that she can certainly look back on after such a tough loss. Delayed penalty. And eventually, the Steelers able to touch it. Definitely quite a bit of frustration among the Steelers, feeling that the whistle not exactly being blown fairly in this case. Of course, the Spartans a very physical team, but nevertheless, Maddie Ray headed to the box. As we continue for now to tick down, it's 4:38 on the clock. And so this one actually will be turned around to 4-on-4. Originally some justified frustration from the Steelers. And so we'll have just under 4 minutes to go in the game. And 2 of that 4-on-4. The two Tremblays in the zone together. But Rosalie unable to get that one across. Looking for a shot, toe drag, and covered up in front. That was Pion with the opportunity. A nice move opening up the shot, but the clock will continue to tick down. 5-goal lead with 3:10 to go. And circling the zone is Aubin. Aubin will shoot it right into the mitt, still gets a rebound, and it'll be taken back to the point. Worked down low as the Spartans will go for a couple of changes, letting up on the forecheck a little bit. And a bit of a cross check there from Aubin, but the refs are certainly letting them play today. They have been the whole evening. 2:20 on the clock. McPhee tries a shot of her own, goes off the knee pads of Lonson. And McPhee recovers her own rebound. Pushed up along the boards. That was Balasescu who made that play on the boards. And an open lane for Stella Hong, looking for the first as she gets knocked to the side for Isa McPhee. One of the best scoring opportunities so far in the game. And you could hear Stella Hong's frustration on that one. The Steelers just not able to piece anything together right now. Again, an absolutely incredible Spartan squad. And you know, if there were power rankings in the JWHL, I would definitely be putting them first after the showing this weekend. .50 seconds to go. Spartans got another solid scoring chance, but a great job going off the glove of Lonson. Able to keep that in front of her somehow. And the Steelers not quite able to exit the zone. 37 to go in the game. And the Steelers sending that one across, but turning it over as the forecheck letting up just a little bit. That one tipped in front of the red line by Caitlin Tong, and so it'll be no icing. And working up with speed is Charlotte Lebrecht. Tries to make space, but nothing there. She'll just move it towards the net. And with 7 seconds to go, we get one last shot off. It'll sail high. And 5-0 Stanstead, our final score. Stanstead, what a dominant showing this weekend. They have truly, at least to my eyes, looked like the best team in the JWHL. We'll see tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., bright and early against Balmoral Hall. Balmoral Hall, they've been dominant as well. They were, came in and beat Naha in overtime, and so that should be a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in to a great day 2 of the JWHL. We'll see you back tomorrow morning for the final 3 games at the University of Minnesota. I'm Sam Constant. Thank you for tuning in.